What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy Shaad, and this is the fourth installment of Sneaker Talk with Shaad. This is just a casual conversation about sneaker culture, things related, sneaker releases. Just some casual chit chat about sneakers. Nothing serious here. So last week, the Alma Manier 4s officially released on the 23rd. It was a sneakers draw. I think it was available at a couple of other retail sites, but don't know how anybody else fared. I had no luck on the sneakers app as I normally do. I was definitely not able to cop. I did already have a pair from the Alma Manier drop, so that was no problem. But how did everybody else fare? I know they did another drop on the Alma Manier website, which was a total disaster. That was sold out in no time at all. So people were saying they only loaded maybe 3 pairs, but I'm sure it was heavily botted. And then I think what else happened? We already know the Lost and Founds was a mess of a release, but now Nike started canceling orders because of the mold issue, which was crazy. I tell you, if it's not one thing, it's another. But I had to go back and double check my pair just to make sure that I was good and I wasn't seeing things, and we good to go. But I didn't try. I'm not trying for another pair of either shoe anymore. I think I'm done with that release, and everybody should be done. I think everybody's sick and tired of talking about Lost and Founds and the Alma Manier 4s. I mean, I might be wrong. I mean, it's just me. But let me know how you fared, though. Post a comment below and tell me if you were able to cop, if you're still on the hunt. Resale prices for both of them are hovering, at least in my size 12, is about $450 or so. So, I don't know if it's going to go down anytime soon. I mean, if you have a chance to get them now, I'd probably say get them now before it gets stupid. Also, I did do a poll last week that I sent out to everyone. Just asking questions, recap questions about, the Jordan 1 Lost and Founds, what you thought of the release. So yeah, it was a quick little survey that I had sent out to people, and so I wanted to share the results from that actual survey. And not surprisingly, actually, I didn't see anything that stood out, but half of the people who took the survey thought that sneakers was the best avenue for copying those kicks. Basically, the best shot they had for copying the Lost and Found ones was on that sneakers app. And I think that was just because of the preconceived notion that it was going to be so widely available. Again, there were 300 and something thousand pairs, 330,000 pairs, and still there was so much trouble that went into that actual draw. Like, people couldn't actually join the draw. There was technical issues that were popping up and things like that. So that was kind of sloppy. But again, not surprising. Sneakers was the best shot that people thought they had, and hopefully the people who took the survey were able to get their pairs from sneakers or from somewhere else. But I know another 25% people said that GOAT or StockX was their best option. Now, an interesting one, another question that I asked was on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the absolute worst and 10 being flawless and 5 being a typical drop. I asked people to rate the Lost and Found drop, and the average was at a 4.25. So this was considered an average release, pretty much, like almost a typical drop. Half of the people said that this was the worst ever. Some said this was like a between the worst ever and the typical, and then there was a couple who said that it was flawless. So it was sprinkled across the board, rounding it all out. It was a pretty typical drop. And I'm assuming the ones who were able to cop were the ones that considered it a flawless release. And then the ones who didn't get their hands on them were saying that it was the worst ever. But I could be wrong. They could have copped and said it was still crap. So who knows? Surprisingly, nobody said they were copping for resale or for trade bait. Everybody wanted it for the toe. So that's good to see. Everybody either were wanting it for themselves or as a gift for somebody else. So that's what we love to see. Sneakerheads, cop your sneakers for your feet, not to try to flip. But ain't nothing wrong with the resale game, too. Get your money. And so another question that I had there is that, I asked people, what was the sneaker of the year? What do they consider the sneaker of the year? And 70% called the Lost and Founds the sneaker of the year. One person said it was the Tom Sachs GPS. And I probably know who that person is because we've talked about it in the past. So shout out to you know who you are. Also just breaking news. I found out that the GPS, the Tom Sachs, the original colorway, is supposed to restock on December 2nd. So make sure you look out for that. I don't know actually where it's going to be available. Let me take a look and see. I saw this on Twitter, which was surprising to me. Looks like Nike Craft is going on the NikeCraft.com website. So make sure you check that out. They should be restocking that original colorway for those who weren't able to get their hands on them. It's a good shoe. I like this shoe. I've only worn them a couple of times. They're sitting in the storage right now, but I like them. They're really, really versatile of a shoe. Some people said they weren't comfortable. I think they're pretty comfortable considering that there's no real Nike Air Tech in there. But, you know, a good shoe nonetheless. As long as they keep dropping them, I think, you definitely want to get your hands on them if you don't. It's something that you can wear on a daily basis. And I know a lot of people do wear them pretty hard. So check those out. Yeah, so if you missed out on them, again, December 2nd, look out for that release. And so the last question that I had on here on the survey was, what was everybody looking forward to for the upcoming week, which was last week? And again, not surprisingly, everyone was looking for the Alma Manier 4s. I had a few other pairs of sneakers. I know there was a lot of other releases that came out, some New Balances that were coming out as well. I actually put the We the Best 5s for last week, but those just dropped this morning.
God did.
So did anybody go for the We the Best 5s in that Crimson Bliss colorway this morning? I know this the sale color dropped on select retailers. I didn't try for that, but I did get lucky on the Sneakers app. So one thing that I actually just noticed was that they removed the hump for the We the Best 5s, and I like that a lot. It makes it a lot better looking of a shoe. The color I'm gonna have to get used to. Can't wait to get them in hand just to take a look and see. But those dropped this morning. The sales were the better of the two in my opinion, but I don't think I had a chance to get my hands on them. I did enter a raffle on Alma Manier's website, so I didn't get a notification yet. Don't know if they're coming, but we'll see. But I'm anxious to get them in hand and share them with you guys as well. But yeah, that was the survey. I'm gonna do another survey probably next week. I got to think of some questions here, but if you guys are liking the interaction, post a comment below. If you have some ideas or some thoughts about what you want to talk about, also make sure to post a comment below as well. Speaking of DJ Khaled,
Another one.
have you guys seen the partnership he has with Airbnb, where they're going to do like a 2-person, 2-night stay in his house and a tour of his sneaker closet? I thought that was very interesting to see, but I guess for a younger crowd, that's very exciting to be able to. I would love to see the house, but I don't think the cherry on top is to go through his sneaker closet. I feel like that's cool, but it's not like something that I would aspire to do, is to hang out in his sneaker closet and take a tour. So I think you can register starting tomorrow, the 29th. On Airbnb. I'll post the link to that actual the actual listing. So what's going to happen is you register for the stay at his house. I think it's $11, which is supposed to be a nod to his actual shoe size. And then if you are chosen, 2 people will be chosen for a 1-night stay, and you'll stay at his house, and then you'll get a tour of the sneaker closets or his sneaker rooms or whatever they are. And also, in addition to that, you'll get an exclusive pair of the We the Best 5s, I believe. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, you'll get an exclusive pair of We the Best 5s. They'll also take you on a tour around some of his favorite spots in Miami. And then you'll have a catered dinner from his restaurant. I don't know if it's the Wing Place. I don't know what it's called. I think it's the Licking or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. And also they'll take you on a shopping session to 305 Kicks. Now that's what I'd be excited about. I want to go on that 305 that shopping spree there. But I wonder what that the limit is. You know, if I can get like a few thousand, if I get a few hundred, like that's a difference maker. You know, that'll determine what I'm able to cop. I mean, a cool little situation nonetheless. Like I said, it's not something that I would be too excited about, but you know, for those younger heads out there, you know, that'd be something that, you know, cool to experience. And I like how Airbnb, DJ Khaled have taken, you know, sneakers and leveraged that realm to provide services such as this. I think it's really cool. There's a lot of big sneakerheads out there, man. You know, you hear about Mike Bibby's locked up warehouse, and you know, you got Fat Joe's place, and you got the Perfect Pair, and that's no knock on whatever they got going on. I know if you guys watch the Full Size Run with Fat Joe, I know he was throwing darts at Perfect Pair. So you know, no diss right there. None. I wasn't meaning anything by that one. But you have those guys, you know, like out of all these big time sneakerheads, like whose closet would you want to see the most? For me, I don't know, man. You know, it's whatever. Like Shoezeum would have been cool to go see, like when that was up and running. I don't know if it's still up and running, but that would have been cool to go check out and get a history of, you know, Nike Air and Jordan and everything. Like that would have been so dope. Everything I would have loved to have seen in that one. So if I would have chosen one, that would probably be the place. But let me know what you guys think would be the coolest closet to check out of all the sneakerheads. All right, so yeah, that was an exciting one. I think the last thing that I want to talk about is this week's releases here, because there's a couple of there's another big one coming out on the 2nd. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, and that's the Concepts Orange Lobsters. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that one for a long time. Now this is going to be like the 6th iteration of this release. I can't remember all of the colors. Let me try to guess. There's a red lobster, a blue lobster. I think there was a yellow, a purple, and I'm missing one. I can't remember. I know I'm missing one. I don't know which one it is. I wasn't really checking for any of those lobster dunks way back in the day. I think the blue lobsters were the coolest one at the time. But these orange lobsters look really cool too. And I think it comes with a couple of accessories like a bear brick and some other stuff. But along with the sneaker itself, like Concepts is releasing like 130 piece set of clothing for men and women. Which is pretty cool. I don't know the pricing points. If you guys go to the Concepts website, you can check out the gear that's there, or some of the sneak preview of, you know, what's going to be available. The clothing is going to be available on December 1st, while the sneakers is going to be available through the store raffle. All of the Concept stores on raffle on December 2nd, and online as well. That online is going to be first come, first serve. That's going to be a tough one. Bot protection, I'm not confident. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. $130 is the retail price on the shoe. I think that's going to be a pretty decent release there. I know that's on a lot of people's list as sneaker of the year as well. So we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I think that's about it for this week, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I have a couple of reviews coming out this week, so make sure to stay tuned. If you guys haven't seen my Almam Year 4 review, I just dropped that yesterday. Link in the description, or if you follow the end screen, it'll be available. Make sure to check that out. And that's it. But as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.